Talk about some unfortunate timing. No sooner do I get this Nikke themed outfit do they go and drop the ball in a major way. Now, this isn't going to mean a whole lot to people who don't play Nikke Goddess of Victory, but to those of us that do, we have reasons to be upset. I'll do my best to explain this and give as much visual representation as I can to make it easier to understand, but be patient with me because I'm not particularly good at this sort of thing. So, in Nikke, there are these items that you collect called molds. And essentially, once you collect enough of them, which is 50, you're able to use them, and it's a separate gacha system. So you see here that the chances of getting an SSR, which is the highest rarity character, is 61%. Everything else is a regular rare character, and then there are commons at the very, very bottom. Now this is important because these molds are separated by manufacturer type with, Tetra, Miscelis, Elysion, and Pilgrim. Pilgrim being the rarest characters in the game, and usually they're the most powerful and most sought after characters. Their powers are related to the story. So if you click here, you see that you got a 50% chance of getting one, and these are the ones that are available. And then as you go down, it shows you the percentage chance of getting a regular rare or a super rare. These molds, these items, are typically earned by doing an activity in Nikke called the Tribe Tower. And how it works is on different days, the different categories of tower open up. So like right now, today it's the Elysian Tower, so only Elysian characters can do the missions that are in this tower. Same for Miscelis, Tetra, and the Pilgrims. And then they have a general tribe tower that you can do with any character that you have at any time. And there's no limit on those. The categorized ones are limited to 3 victories per day. Doesn't seem anything too out of the ordinary for a gacha game, so why on earth am I bothering you with this information? Well, the other day, the Chinese servers for Nikke Goddess of Victory just opened, and people have noticed that there's a lot of quality of life and other features that aren't available in the global release. This is very problematic, because these features include manufacturing molds being 100%. Now, initially, we understood this as if you use those molds, you're 100% guaranteed to get an SSR. Now, what SSR you get is still random, but you are guaranteed to get one if you use the molds, the way that I described it just earlier. But what it actually turns out is that you can still fail those molds, and they have the same percentage chance as the rest of the regions in the game, but you get an item called a mold fragment, and if you get enough of those, that is how you get the 100% drop chance, which is something that isn't available to the global servers. And that's a big problem. That's absolutely huge. Now, early on, getting these molds are relatively easy because, the towers get harder the more floors you go up. So at first, you're able to clear them a lot quicker. You just have to have the characters to fill out a team. But as time goes on, these fights are intense. And it's to the point now where I'm, if at all, at max able to clear 1 or 2 challenges per day in each category. That's just how far up I've gone. I've been leveling up my characters and strengthening them and working with team compositions and all of that, but getting my hands on these molds is no longer as easy as it used to be. The idea that another region is able to just have that guaranteed opportunity at a character where the rest of us aren't is unfair. But that's not the only thing. Oh no. Nikke has another core mechanic called the synchronization device, the synchro device. Basically, how it works is when you get a new character, they're at level 1. Obviously, that's not very useful to somebody who's deep in the game. So what you can do is you can put them inside of this synchronization device and it will up their level to your average. So my level currently is 340 and my max potential level is 596. But this isn't without a cost. Putting a Nikke into the synchro device is free, but if you want to take one out or replace it because your slots are full, let's see here, who can I get rid of? Let's take Emma, for example. She's inside of the synchronization device, and taking her out will take her level from level 340 to level 1. But we don't really care because if we're taking her out, that means that we're not going to use her. As you can see, removing her has put a timer on that slot for 4 hours. That means that I can't put another Nikke in that slot until this timer reaches 0. Or I could spend gems, which I need for rolling the gacha or potentially buying items from the shop, to immediately end the countdown timer. Well, guess what? Nikke on the Chinese servers don't have a 4-hour cooldown to add new characters. The price for buying new slots is the same, but being able to immediately remove a character and replace them right away is massive. That's so huge. And it's also like one less avenue the game has to leech gems out of our accounts so that we can use them for what we play a gacha game for, to roll the gacha. Now, people are understandably incredibly upset at this, and according to this post here, Nikke's CEO was caught laughing at global players after the China quality of life updates and improvements. Global players have been waiting years for Shift Up. Stock has dropped 14% and it is deserved. And as you can see here, Shift Up is taking a bit of a dive today. And these are the CEO's comments on some complaints. I can't read this, unfortunately. There are translations. I'll probably leave a link to this post in the comments so you can go check it out yourself, because I'd have to open up another tab and zoom in on it. But yes, the CEO is being a dick, a huge dick about this. Now, people are leaving 1-star reviews and being very critical of the game online. But what's important to note here is that Nikke is a popular mobile game, but it is nowhere near the top. Not anymore. And as time goes on, its position as far as like mobile games and what they earn monthly has been dropping steadily. Now, they've only recently announced a collaboration event with Stellar Blade, with Nikke outfits and a character being in Stellar Blade for its PC release. And they're also planning for the Stellar Blade character to make an appearance in Nikke. Bad timing for a PR stunt, for a PR disaster. And people were already being critical of Stellar Blade for having de novo anti-tamper on it. And now this with Nikke. So it's looking like Shift Up is deviating from the path. Now, they did eventually put out a statement, paraphrased here. There's a section that says, "We believe that the two versions, China and global, will grow in their own directions, and that one day their differences will enrich one another." What the hell do they mean by that? This all reads like a huge fuck you to the global players. And I'm going to be completely honest. I have spent money on Nikke, not for gacha. I bought 2 character outfits. That's it. A move like this makes me never want to spend money on the game ever again. which is a real shame because this was one of the only mobile games that I could actually recommend to people for having a fantastic story and great music. I mean, you saw the video the other day, how I was praising it and whatnot. Only for them to immediately make me out to be a liar with a stunt like this. I can never have nice things. Alongside that really shitty statement, they've also issued a gift. Basically just thank you for your continued support. As an expression of our gratitude, we'd like to present gift items. So it's nice that they're always so willing to give these sorts of gift messages to everyone who's playing the game. But the problem is that it's not really, like, this isn't a whole lot. 1,500 gems, 5 common gacha tickets, and some materials and whatnot. We're talking about a region getting free SSRs, free pilgrims, free overspec characters, free possibly event characters, I'm not even really sure. This does not make up for that at all, nowhere near. Now, that doesn't change anything. I'd still intend to use this outfit a lot because it's adorable, and I love it a lot. But as far as my outward praising of Nikke goes, that's probably going to go away completely. If you haven't already played Nikke, then the window of opportunity might have closed on this one, but we'll see. If they can get their heads out of their ass, then who am I kidding? They're not going to pull their heads out of their ass. As long as they're making enough money, and emphasis on enough, they don't have to bend to anybody's will. They don't have to do anything to please the fans or to foster any sort of goodwill. They don't have to do that, and they probably won't do that. So if you haven't played Nikke, that's a real shame, because this game was pretty good. But we'll see what they do in the future. Let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. How many other gacha games have pulled shit like this and either run it back or done something to, you know, please the fans, get back in their good graces, so to say. I want to hear about it. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in another video.